What's going on YouTube? It's your boy SAMDUKEZ with another Frosty Cave vid. Now, before I get into this high rated 2v2 arena video, I do want to touch base on a couple of things. The first one is, let's go over the talents really briefly, since everybody always asks me what talents I am running. So we will be running Shattering Strikes. For this video, I am actually going to be running Murder's Efficiency rather than Freezing Fog. Now, is it better? I'm not saying it's better, but I'm liking it. I have a lot less, I should say, downtime than I do when I use Freezing Fog. You'll know exactly what I mean once we roll the clips. So we got Avalanche, Winter's Coming, Volatile Shielding or Permafrost, Gathering Storm, Hungering Rune Weapon. Over here we got Gladiator's Medallion, Reinforced Armor or Hardiness or Sparring depending on the comp, Dark Sim or AMZ, very situational, Necrotic Aura, Frozen Center, overpowered Rune Weapon. So that's pretty much it for the talents. I do not change them for the ones that are very staple, like Shattering Strikes, always. Murder's Efficiency, always. Okay. I'm gonna try something new with this video in terms of commentary, and I really hope you guys do enjoy it. I am gonna go in depth of when I am going to burst, when do I hold off on burst, things that I'm thinking as I'm doing them, right? Also, if you do enjoy this video, please rate it a thumbs up. It really helps me. Comment down below with anything that you guys are thinking or want me to do, and put notification bell on if you guys haven't. Subscribe if you're new, and until next time, guys, peace. Enjoy the video. Alright guys, so we're going up against a 2400 Disc Priest Windwalker. It is a counter to our comp. Since I am rolling with an Hpal, it's really comes down to doing it better than they can, right? So I don't like to be separated for this, because that is exactly what they want. And also, when you are separated, you're going to have to deal with fear, etc. So it's really good that your healer is in range of everything, right? So over here I am making my way so I can start the burst. Since I noticed they're both together, that's why I did decide to burst. Maybe get them both in an AoE stun. I do get inkept. I trinket it instantly, which I don't think it was a great trinket. Because I didn't have that much uptime anyway. I do get feared. I call out to my healer to come and dispel me. He does as quick as he can, but you notice how he was at the end of the map, and that's exactly what I don't like. So he's going to end up coming closer eventually, and we're going to play it that way. That way I can put pressure on both, as opposed to them putting pressure on both of us. So right now, you notice that I grip the monk in. That's because he was fisting my healer. It was Hpal. That was the best way to use grip at that particular moment. And it's because also that the priest, I can stick to him. They're not very mobile, and I'm able to stick to him without the grip. So over here, you're gonna notice I do get feared, and so does my healer. I end up IBFing, which is okay. We still have sacks, and we still have melee wings and bop, right? Okay. So over here, I start my burst again. I'm going to Belf, and as soon as the Belf finishes, he's going to get hit with my stun. That was just timed. I do start the burst over here. We get that DR. He stun, and he ends up pain subbing. He's going to be able to live over here because of the peels and the slows from the monk. But we know that we got most of the things. We got Trinket, we got Pain Sub, we got most of his defensives. Over here I do get sacked at the last minute, which was really good on my healer's part. So now that we're stabilized again, we're playing around my burst, since every burst basically is a cooldown on that priest if he doesn't have the right peels from that monk. So that's why you're going to notice that we're going to try to keep him away, and at the end you're going to see what I mean. So over here, I'm getting ready for that burst, right? So the monk is over there. He's going to start coming closer to me because I guess he's anticipating my burst, right? So I'm going to start hitting him. And you're going to notice how he's already like 70% HP. Keep in mind to that. And it's going to be a kill window at the last second, and this is why it's good to always, keep your options open, even though the priest was my intended target. So I do start the burst right here. I get both of them in the stun, as you can tell, and I'm bursting really hard. We get that DR stun. I do get stunned. I do trinket, and I get incapped and feared. They overlapped. Notice how they're both low right now. The priest is too far. Monk is lower. We end up securing the kill that way. All right, let's get into the next matchup. Alright guys, so this is going up against a Hpal Enhance. This is going to be a great clip about how to keep the pressure up and when to time your burst also. Okay, let's get right into it. So initially we're going in, we want to kill whatever we can, basically what we can reach. So I start onto the Enhance, right? As you see, I hit Enhance, and once we get the Hodge, I am going to go onto the Pally. I dodged the lightning, and since I can't reach him, as I'm making my way, I'm also hitting the Shaman. That's why the Shaman's health is a little bit low. You're gonna notice. And once the Pally came right back into my range, I popped my burst, got them both together, and watch the pressure right now. So over here we do get that stun DR though. I do Belf before the Orm, and because my Hpal is supposed to Belf after, but we barely got it when he got the cast off, because if you guys did not know, Belf works against a Hpal or a Mastery. So you can't kick them, but you can Belf it. So still keeping up that pressure over here as much as I can. My burst is down, and I'm still keeping that pressure. Notice over here we're able to get bubble, and it's perfect, right? So now that we got bubble, that's all I wanted right now, and I'm going to start hitting the chamois over here. Once the bubble comes off, I am going to start making my way to the Pally, and I'm going to turn around and start hitting the chamois also, since he's low. And you're going to notice that my burst is up in 1 second. Grip into a Hodge, pop the burst. They're both low. They don't know what to do over here. I can kill anybody that I want, and that's exactly what I do. And it's just that simple when you time it correctly. Let's get into the next matchup. All right, guys. So this next matchup is up against Disc Priest Windwalker again, right? So these are really good matchups to commentate over because of the amount of peels that this comp has, right? So we do Hodge over here. I do start the burst, right? Now notice, watch. I do get stun, trinket the stun, right? I Belf also. Getting it. He pain sub, so we got pain sub, and he feared, so remember that. But you see how the fear was enough, because once I try and get a stun, he can just fear me, right? So he's able to recoup, but we did get the cooldowns, which is good. You're going to notice that if you track the enemy's cooldowns, you know what you forced, what you didn't force, and that should give you incentives on what to kill, right? Okay, so over here we both get fisted, which was unfortunate. And right now, since I don't have burst, I am hitting priest, but also like over here I just rooted, so I'm peeling for my healer at the same time. I noticed that the monk already Tiger's lusted, so he can't get out of my root unless it gets dispelled. So remember that I do get feared all the way then, which doesn't matter. Remember, I tracked the fear, so like the fear right now, he feared me, and now my burst is up. So what does that mean? He doesn't have fear for another 14 seconds. So I start to burst right away, and we do get barrier as well, right? We do get that stun. I grip him out of the barrier into a DR Hodge, and right here I do kick him, and I believe we get feared over here. Let's see. Yep, feared right there, right? And it's enough for me not to be able to reach him, right? But it's okay, we got barrier. He literally only has trinket. He's held on to the trinket so long that it's not gonna do him any justice, since we got all his cooldowns. I think the cooldowns are more important than getting the trinket. Now, over here, we did Hodge the Windwalker, so my healer can have some room to breathe. It was behind the pillar, so he cannot get dispelled. Okay, so over here, getting ready for that burst. I get fear. Now notice, again, he feared me before I bursted. So I know I don't have to worry about that. Also, his health is 70% over here. I got charmed, didn't mind. And it's super DR too. Right? Making my way to him, I got burst over here. Notice how my healer melee wings, and he got incap, so we don't have to worry about incap either. That's a mistake on their part. I start the burst over here, Belf the first cast. He does get Hodge at the end, and he just dies. They had nothing. Even if he trinketed, it doesn't matter. He trinketed, and nothing happened to that. All right, let's get into the next matchup. The final matchup in this video will be against the Unholy DK Resto Shaman. Okay, so in this video I want to show you how to keep up pressure, how I constantly be switching, and how it works out in our favor. Alright, let's get into it. So I'm going to start onto the DK, and it is an unholy DK. So I start hitting him since he's the closest, and at the same time looking at that Shaman, gripped him in, start the burst over here, right? As you notice, if you noticed, he popped Astral Shift over here, so I immediately switched to the Unholy DK. Since he has nothing on him, I'm able to put a ton of damage on him. Now notice, I also I'm going to Belf the next cast, keep up that pressure. Now I'm going to automatically switch to the Shaman over here, switching between them. Over here, AMS the Lightning Surge so I can keep up the offensive, get the link. That's what I wanted. You know our next goal. And this is all in one burst. Just because I was switching effectively on defensive cooldowns of the enemy team, right? So still hitting the Unholy DK, but also hitting the Shaman at the same time. Doing fake goes may make him swap Earth Shield, which is really important against Resto Shamans, right? Now you notice how he has Earth Shield on himself, so he won't be taking that much damage over here. I do grip him, though, keeping up the pressure. I know the next go he's not going to have anything, though. So I do kick him on his cast, keeping up that pressure. Unholy DK still at about 60% HP. My burst is coming up. I pop it right here. He does throw down the counter strike, but it's too late. We get a full Hodge. He's not able to recover from it, and it's just GG from there. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. And remember, like I said in the beginning of the video, leave a thumbs up, comment down below with your thoughts, subscribe if you're new, and until next time, guys, welcome aboard the Frost Train. Peace!